Good morning, family. Happy Saturday. It is day 17, and we're about to get started again with another walk. I am looking forward to it. I'm so excited about this walk, and I'm just going to ahead and start the treadmill up here so we can get started. I hope you guys is having a wonderful Saturday so far. I'm having a wonderful Saturday. I'm about to pick up the speed on the treadmill, and we're going to walk the whole entire session and talk with you. So I want to kind of piggyback off what we talked about on yesterday, right? If you guys recall, I was telling you what I would do is put my kids on the credit cards to help build up their credit. And I was telling you one of the things that I would do is I would either call the credit card company or go online and add my kids, because again, they're not asking for the kids' age or anything like that, right? This gives an opportunity to build up the kids' credit by adding your kids to the credit card. So that's one of the things I learned to help start building my kids' credit. So if you denote, one of the things I said, I didn't ask, I would tell them what I wanted to do. And I want you to pay close attention to what I'm saying. And for those of you that are online today, the subscribers and the individuals who have not subscribed yet, if you have not subscribed yet, I encourage you to subscribe on today to become a part of our family. And I want to also ensure that you take pen and paper, or if you have a tablet or a laptop, whatever you have, I want you to take notes on what I'm about to share with you, because this is some valuable information that I'm about to share. So the problem is with a lot of people, they are asking for things that they should be commanding. They're asking for things that they should be commanding. And that should be the theme that goes at the top of your paper. I'm asking for things that I should be commanding. And so I'm going to talk about a couple illustrations. So the first illustration I gave you, right? I told you I called the credit card company, and there were times I would go online and add my kids to the credit card. And these are they were middle schoolers and high schoolers at the time, right? So I added them to my credit card. I didn't ask the credit card company, I commanded that they add it. And so you may say, well, Tyrone, that's a bit arrogant, or that's a bit that's not being humble. That's not being, peaceful. No, I was humble about it. I was peaceful about it. I just called them and told them what I wanted to do. Why would I? It's my credit card, right? And I understand that the bank issued the credit card, but why would I call the bank and say, Mr. Banker, is it okay if I add my kids to the credit card? Mr. Banker, can I add my kids to the credit card? No, it's my card. They issued me the card, so why am I asking them for that? And see, that's the problem with a lot of people. You shouldn't be asking for things that you can command. And that's why a lot of us don't get what we want out of life. That's a problem. So let's go on to illustration number 2, right? Let's go on to illustration number 2. Illustration number 2 is that you're on your job, right? You're working on your job, and all of a sudden, one of your family members takes sick, right? And you go to your leadership and say, hey, boss or manager, or whatever you want to call them, you say, hey, can I take time off from work? My parents are sick. My brother is sick. My auntie is sick. My cousin is sick. Can I take time off from work? Why are you asking your job, can you take time off of work, knowing that you have a loved one that is sick and they're probably more than likely dependent on you? Why are you asking? Why are you asking them for that type of, why are you giving them that type of power? It doesn't matter if you're in corporate America in an office. It doesn't matter if you're on an assembly line. It doesn't matter if you're in a manufacturing plant. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter. If your family member, or even friends for that exact, close friends, if they're sick and they need you, why are you asking your leadership, can you take time off? You go in there and you tell them, look, my family member is sick, my cousin is sick, whoever it is, your friend, close friend, If they need you, look, you just tell them, look, I'm going to take time off. I'm going to the hospital. I'm going to the doctor, wherever they are. I'm going to their home to help them out. That's what you should be telling them. You don't ask. And again, that's not arrogant. That's not cocky. You're just pretty much telling them what you're about to do. That's it. And so that's the challenges that we go through. Another prime example, right? You want money from the bank. You've banked with this bank for 20 years, right? You have impeccable credit. You've banked with them for 20 years. While you're putting your money in the bank, they're taking your money and invest it, right? And for those of you that don't know, the money that you're putting in the bank don't let that money sit there. I hope you know that. They're only required to keep a certain percentage in those accounts. So if you're in the US, I think the FDIC insurance is like $250,000 for that account holder, right? So they're only required to insure your money up to $250,000. So when you put your money in that bank, they are taking that money and reinvesting it. So I hope you know that. And I just want to put that disclosure out there. So if you're needing money, again, you got good credit and you want to borrow money from the bank for whatever reason, for your business, to start up a business, to purchase a car, whatever it is, and you've got a 20-year relationship or more, or an extensive relationship, maybe less than 20 years, but you do have some extensive period time with them, you go in there and say, Mr. Banker, I'm about to apply for this loan, and I'm about to fill it out, and this is the amount I need. You don't go in there and say, oh, Mr. Banker, can I have $5,000? Mr. Banker, can I have $20,000? Come on, family. Listen to me. Hear what I'm saying here. You've been with this bank forever. You're putting all your money in there. They're taking your money, invest it, and making more money, but you're going there and asking them for a loan? Again, that's not cocky. That's not arrogant. You're just commanding what you want. So why are you asking them? Let's go to another illustration. And this one is going to be a little bit personal for some people, and I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. I'm just making a point here. So you're dating someone, right? You're in the dating phases. You're dating this person, and you've been with them for a significant amount of time. As far as dating, you're dating, right? So you're at the stage where you might be in this relationship maybe 2 to 5 years, and you're consulting with this individual, and you're talking about purchasing a car, purchasing a home, or you're talking about investing in a business. And then someone comes and talks to you and says, well, let's go ahead and hang out this weekend, or let's go out and let's look at this business opportunity. And you come back and say, well, let me check with Harry, or let me check with Susan. And they're looking at you like, are you married? Or are you engaged? This person, have they given you a ring, or what's going on? And the reason why they're looking at you like that, because you've given command and power over a situation that should not warrant command and power. That should not happen. You're not even engaged, and you're not even married, but you're giving them power. So you're telling your friends or family or whoever, look, let me check with Harry, let me check with Susan before I do this. But you're not married. That's a lot of power. Like you should be commanding at that point. So you in terms of if there's a business opportunity that you want to invest in, there's a car that you want to purchase, or there's a home that you want to purchase, why are you consulting with them? There's no contractual obligations with that individual, so why are you consulting with them? That's the part I don't get. So I don't understand that part, that you're giving that type of power and control over people or circumstances or situations that should not warrant that. I'm sorry, family. That should not warrant that. And I'm just typing in the chat, family, for people that are online, put in happy Saturday. Right? I'm just going to bring my laptop a little bit closer so I can see. Oh, I think I'm spelled Saturday wrong. Sorry about that, family. Yeah, but you're giving people control over your life, right? that's too much power. That's too much control you're giving people over your life, family. And that should not happen. That's too much power. That's too much control. And that's what I noticed. You're asking. I'll give you another illustration. Company reaches out to you, right? They want to hire you. They reached out to you. They want to hire you. They see that you have a unique skill that they can utilize. And they come in there and they said, and your skill set is top notch. They have you have the skill and demand that they need. So they come in, bring you in an interview, of course. They interview you. They want to make you an offer. And then they, quote unquote, talk to you about the salary. And I'm just using it as an example, right? Let's say hypothetically, they said, well, James, we really know that you will be a great asset to our company. And so what we want to do is offer you $80,000. And you pause, and then you come back and say, well, and James says, well, you know what? $80,000 wasn't what I was expecting. James come back and says, can I have $85,000? Did you just hear what I just said? So they went after James, right? Brought James in to interview him, told him they were going to offer him $80,000. And James' response was, can I have $85,000? And I'm not trying to be funny or poke fun at anyone, family. I'm just making an observation and making a point. They called you in the interview, and they didn't call you in the interview for any reason. They know that you have the skill set. So they offer you a salary that you don't want, but you counter offer and ask them, can I have $85,000? You know what they're going to do at that point? They might say, well, James, no, this is our hard line. We're not going to be able to offer that. Or they might say, well, James, this is the only thing we do have. We can offer you a little bit more, but this is all we can offer. We can give you $81,000, James. And James come back and says, okay, thank you. And he accepts the job. They reached out to you, but you asking them for more money. Why? And even if they didn't reach out to you, you could always ask for more money, because everyone that's coming in those interviews is getting lowballed. Make no mistake about it. They're getting lowballed, and they're going to make a big profit margin off of lowballing a lot of people. Trust me when I'm telling you this. Trust me. Make no mistake about it. So again, what should James do? James should be, you know what? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with me. You offer me $80,000, I'm coming back and say, I'm going to pause, right? And I'm going to look you in your eye, and I'm not going to say nothing. And I'm going to come back and say, nope. And I'm going to say, I'm going to make a counter offer. It's going to be $150,232.82. And I'm going to pause, and I'm not saying nothing. And the first person that speaks loses. I'm not speaking, so I'm not losing, right? And they're going to sit there and look, and I'm going to sit there and look. I'm not moving. I'm not budging. I'm staring them directly in the eyes. I'm not budging at all, none whatsoever, until I get what I want. Did you just hear what I just said? I was specific, I was direct, and I commanded what I wanted. Now, do I always get what I want when I command it? No. But I'm not asking for anything that I can command. I'm not asking anything for that I can command, because I wasn't put on the earth to ask for things that I could command. That is not in my DNA. That's not in my makeup. So I'm not asking for it. Things for which I can command, I'm commanding it. Yes. And that's the problem with a lot of people today. They're asking for things that they should not command. They're asking for things that they should be commanding. That's the problem. That's why we're not getting what we want in life, because we're asking for too many things that we should be commanding. Now, there are things that you should be asking for, right? I'm not saying that there are things you shouldn't be asking for, but everything that you're commanding, it's not arrogant, right? It's not cocky. You're just a confident person who knows their worth. you know what you bring to the table. You know what you bring to a family. You know what you bring to an organization. You know what you bring to a company. You know this. And if you know this information, there are a lot of things that you can command and not ask. And that's why you're not getting what you want in life. And that's what we're going to be talking a lot about on this channel, family. And that was a segue why I talked about the credit card on yesterday, where I added my kids to the credit card and I told them they were going to be added. I didn't ask them because it's my card. And that's our problem. We're asking for things that we should be commanding. Now, there may be a man or a woman on this live today, right? And you're married. So I'm going to save you right now, because I don't want you to go in there and tell your wife, honey, I'm commanding that I get food right now. Or the wife might come and say, honey, I'm commanding that we get this car right now. No, this don't apply to you, because you have a contractual obligation, and that's an equal discussion that both of you guys got to have. So if she and he has that ring on their finger, no, that's a discussion. That's asking. So I don't want to make sure that you don't go back and say, Tyrone said I should be commanding anything. I don't want you to do that. You're not going to get me in trouble, and I want to get you in trouble. So I will make sure you don't go out and command your spouse of anything. So let's make clear note of that, because you guys have a contractual obligation. The illustration I was using earlier was an individual who doesn't have a ring on their finger, right? And if they don't have a ring on their finger, I don't understand how they having contractual obligation discussions. And what I mean by contractual obligation, when you get married, it's a contract between a man and a woman. It's a unity. And so that contract is in place for a reason. See, when you're married, you can't just dip out of a relationship without consequences. When you're not married, there's no ring on that finger. You can do what you want to do. You can dip out without any consequences. But a lot of people are giving power over to significant others who don't have a ring on their finger. And that's a lot of power. Yeah, that's a lot of power, family. And that's not what you should be doing there. So let's talk about if you're about to get married, right? And that man has given you a ring, and they've given you a ring, and you're his fiance now, right? And so there at some points in that discussion, when you guys start to talk about houses and things of that nature, but you purchase a house after, right? You get married, but you're going to have sort of like pre-discussions beforehand about finances, about marriage, etc., right? And so I understand in that situation, right, you're going to be pretty much divulging information in asking at that point in time. That makes sense. Although you don't have a ring on it, but you do have, although you're not married yet, but you do have a ring, you have a set date, and now those type of asking discussions can happen. So that's another scenario. Another situation where you would ask, right? If you're having a discussion with your parents, right? And you guys, or let's say, for example, you guys want to go purchase a family house together. You're not going to command nothing of your parents. That's a discussion that you're going to have with your parents, right? So there's not a command situation there that you would do something like that, right? That's another situation. Or if you have friends, right, who you want to go into business with, right? And in this business relationship, you're talking about pre-work beforehand, things that you guys are going to do. That's an asking situation, right? That's things that you ask about. So if you guys are confused about what you should be commanding and what you should be asking for, I want you to go home tonight, right? When you get home, I want you to jot down everything that you've been asking for. And if you've been commanding anything, I want you to write that down too. But what I find out, a lot of people are doing more asking than commanding. And because they're asking and not commanding, that's holding them back from getting to the next level in life. It's holding them back from blessings. It's stopping them because they're doing too much asking for things that they should be commanding. That's what holding you back, family. I'm telling you, that is holding you back. And whenever you command, don't let anyone make you feel like you're arrogant. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're cocky. That's not what commanding is about. You were put on this earth to command. You didn't come on, you're supposed to put on this earth and just be begging and asking. No, that's not why you're here. That's not why you were made. Well, I can speak for myself. That's not why I was made. I wasn't made to come on this earth to beg and ask. You got to command. Some things you got to command. Now, I'll tell you, there's things that I do ask. When I'm talking with my wife and consulting her with her about certain things, yeah, I'm asking. We're talking. I'm not gonna say I'm in a relationship with my wife where I'm commanding. No, I'm asking. We have an equal discussion, and we're coming to a conclusion on how we're gonna make a decision. Now, there are times where she may be feeling pretty confident about her decision, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I see what you're saying, but I want you to look at this, the pros and cons of this. So that's that's where we kind of go back and forth and debate about situations like that. Right? That's where we go back and forth and debate. But yeah, that's your problem, family. I really want to see you get to the next level. And I really don't want to see you spending time asking for a lot of things, because that's really holding you back. It's going to hold you back in definitely your finances. It's going to hold you back in your health growth. It's definitely going to hold you back. Okay, let's talk about the health aspect, because we talked about a lot of finances from asking, not commanding, right? Let's talk about the health aspect. Let's say you go to your doctor, right? And your doctor has you currently on high blood pressure medication. And you're in this high blood pressure medication, right? And you've been working out, you've been exercising, you've been eating properly, and now you're noticing that your blood pressure is normal. It's normal. It is normal beyond limits, even if you didn't take the medication. So you discovered that you no longer need medication. You go to the doctor and you say, Dr. Zaleski. I'm just making this up. Dr. Zaleski. Dr. Zaleski, you tell him, my blood pressure is normal. Everything's great. I've been eating and dieting right. Can I get off the blood pressure medicine? You know what Dr. Zaleski is going to tell you? And again, I want you to understand, this question is going to come out different depending on where you live. And what do I mean by where you live? So if you live in a country where there's capitalism, right? Capitalism is all about making money. That's the first priority of capitalism. Capitalism is money first, and maybe people second, if people are included at all. But capitalism doesn't really care about people. It's about the money, right? And understand that some people have derived their own version of capitalism, but make no mistake about it, capitalism is money first. So if you ask Dr. Zaleski, can I get off of my high blood pressure medicine? Dr. Zaleski is going to be thinking, I'm making XYZ dollars off this patient. I get so much money from the pharmaceutical company for pumping these high blood pressure jugs into these people. So if a lot of them are on high blood pressure medicine and my pharmaceutical rep is paying me good commissions or big kickbacks on this money, oh my God, I'm going to lose some money. Oh my God, this is the money I use to pay for my Benz. Oh my God, this is the money I use to pay for my mansion. Oh my God, this is the money I use to fund my kids' school. Oh my God, this is the money I use to fund my business. Oh my God, this is the money I use to pay for my staff. Dr. Zaleski is now thinking capitalism. Dr. Zaleski is now thinking, if I take this patient off of this medicine, right, that's going to mess my bottom line up, because this patient probably is going to start sharing her remedies with other people. I need to keep her on this medication. So you know what the Dr. Zaleski said? let's wait a couple more months. And he says, how many months have your blood pressure has been regulated? Can you provide me some data that supports your decision or why you're asking me that? And the lady may say, oh, I don't know. I don't have the information yet. And the Dr. Zaleski says, well, let's hold off a little longer before taking you off this blood pressure medication. Because he's not thinking about your health. This man is thinking about capitalism. He's thinking about the money that he's about to lose. So guess what? He has you held off a little longer in that blood pressure medication because he wants you to take it. He's getting that kickback on the money. He's already making money on the visit, but he's also getting that kickback on that pharmaceuticals rep. So he's not going to be wanting to take you off that medication. But because see, if you went in there and told Dr. Zaleski, hey, Dr. Zaleski, my blood pressure has been normal. It's been looking good. I don't need this medication. Take me off. You see that? You see the difference? When you asked him, he said no. He's like, no, let's wait a little longer. Because now you mess with his money. You're messing with Dr. Zaleski's money. He's not taking you off that medication. But because you asked him, you got rejected. When you should have just went in there and told him, because you already monitoring your blood pressure, right? You already know that it was normal, it was looking great. You should have told him what you wanted to do. And he would take you off. Matter of fact, now that he didn't take you off, go ahead and take yourself off, right? And make no mistake about it. I'm not a doctor. I don't want you guys to take health advice from me, right? But if my blood pressure is regulated, I'm not going in there asking that man I'm going to tell him, look, I'm coming off the medication. I'm doing it, and I'll send you a report, without me on it to let you know what it looks like over the next couple of days, and I'll give you an update. That's what we're going to do. Because you got to make the best health decisions for you and your family. So I want to construe this as medical advice, but that's how you should handle that. You don't go in there and asking a capitalistic man who's in a capitalistic system, right? Who's thinking about money, can you come off your blood pressure? And you've already done all that necessary health steps, walking, running, eating healthy, dieting properly. I mean, you're phenomenal, but you're asking this man, could you come off your blood pressure medicine? Come on, there's billions of dollars in healthcare. These people are not trying to lose that money. They make money off you sick. They don't make money off you being well. Think about it. Look at this green juice I'm drinking. Do you realize this green juice is putting so much nutrients in my body? This green juice by itself. This is a threat to the pharmaceutical industry, family. This is a threat. This is green juice. This is apples, kales, ginger. I got apple, kale, ginger, spinach, cucumber, and lime in this juice. All of that's in this juice. And you think they want me taking this juice? This is not expensive for me to take. I'm taking this juice. This is a threat to the industry. And guess what? This is day 6 of me going straight juice and not eating any food at all. Now, like I told you guys before, I started juicing June 2024, but I was juicing and eating. I've never did a juice fast where I went 14 days without taking the juice. I'm on day 6 now, and I'm striving for I'm going to aim for day 14. And day 14 ends on next Sunday, the 25th, the day before Memorial Day. So I'm walking 2 miles a day for this challenge to keep you guys motivated, because I'm asking you for 1 mile, right? And I'm drinking juice at the same time. So the question now lies, well, Tyrone, how are you able to drink these juices and not eat food and still have energy? It was a puzzling moment for me, family. It was puzzling. I didn't understand it because I thought I was gonna be low energy, but I'm not. So what I found out was, as I'm drinking these juices are supplying a lot of nutrients and energy for me. I'm able to walk 2 miles, get off of this treadmill when it ends, and continue to do push-ups. I can do work on my stomach, my abs. I can work on my arms. I can work on my back. I have all this energy even after drinking this. And that's the part that amazed me, that I could do that without food in my body. So the treadmill is slowing down. That means the walk has come to an end. But I want to continue to talk to you for a little bit before we get off today. So why am I sharing this information with you, family? Why am I sharing this with you, right? It's because I want you to stop asking for things that you should be commanding. And that's why I'm talking to you about this. We were just segmenting into healthcare, that people are asking for things that they should be commanding. When the lady was asking the doctor to get off the blood pressure medicine, guess what? She already knew what she needed to do, but she was asking him. She already knew what she needed to do. And we got to stop that. And so this juice I'm taking, guess what? I've already lost weight. I'm averaging like a pound a day in weight loss. And I'll come off next Sunday. And I took the before video with my body and the weight. And I'm going to, when I complete the session on Sunday, on that Monday morning, when I wake up, I'm going to take the after video with my body and the weight to show you this works. And I'm doing this not only for me, this is for you, because I can document this and share this information with you as a blueprint that if you want to use it, you can use it and apply it for your life. That's what this is all about. You can use the same method and apply it for your life. Now, am I encouraging you to go 14 days without juice? I'm not encouraging you to do that. I'm just sharing my journey with you. You can take the information and choose to use it if you do so, if you choose to use it. There may be some people that say, you know what, Tyrone, if I ever do this juice cleanse, I may do it for one day only and just test it out. And I do recommend that some things, because my mindset is strong and I have a high degree of being tolerable for certain things, right? I thought this would have some effect on my body, but it doesn't. It doesn't have none whatsoever. Now, do I get food cravings? Yes, I had food cravings on Tuesday and I had food cravings on Thursday. And in my mind, I was like, you know what, screw this. But I was like, no, I got to keep going. Why? Because I want to see that weight loss, right? And I want to have a proven concept, right? Where I can share with my community. That's why it's important. I don't want to be able to say, well, go to so-and-so channel, go to this channel and get that information. And I could, do that, but I can't verify that those individuals truly and daily are doing 100% juice fast. But I can tell you that I am absolutely doing 100% juice fast to maintain my health. I'm giving my body not only just weight loss, but I'm giving my body a reset, right? To remove all those toxins and things that are in my body that should not be there. There's, a lot of foods in my body that shouldn't be there. There's medicine that shouldn't be there. I want to get all of that stuff removed out and come back with a clean and fresh body. And guess what's going to happen at the end of that 14 day? I'm not going to put stuff that I used to eat back in my body. I'm not going to be eating like a lot of fried foods if I do eat fried foods. I'm not going to be eating a lot of things that's going to impact my health or my body, right? So this is a reset. And also a reset to also, especially for chocolate. I was eating a lot of chocolate and sweets lately. I got to do a reset to get that out of my body. So since November 2024, I've been kind of off track and I want to get back on track. So I say all that to say, family, I hope you have a happy Saturday. I hope you took notes on what I told you. Please stop asking for things that you should be commanding. And what I want you to do, that list that I asked you for earlier, I want you to document things that you're currently asking for and document things that you're commanding. And what I want to do, I want us to have a discussion. If you want to contact me, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe. If you want to have a personal session where we talk about it, and I can kind of help you walk through the things and coach you along and help you get along on that particular area. So I'm not asking for any money for this session. I want to truly help my people. And then what's going to happen as time goes along, at some point in time, I may charge for coaching at some point in time. But right now, everything that you're going to get, I'm going to not charge you at this given point in time. So I love you, family. Hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Have a great remainder of your weekend. And I will see you on tomorrow for our, I think it's going to be day 18 walk on tomorrow. Have a good day, family. Love you.